What's going on, everybody? Sincerely, Nija coming back. I'm just kind of doing a update, letting you guys know what's happening on my channel, my page, my social media presence. So if you're not subscribed to this video, go ahead, subscribe, and then follow me on Instagram at Sincerely Nija, and I appreciate it. So I am literally sitting here doing a little bit of research, looking at a couple of channels that I like to follow, a couple of girls that are vegans and they do a lot of just daily life and things of that nature. I'm doing a little bit of research, editing videos for my channel and just doing some things of that nature. And I'm pumping. So a few breastfeeding updates, life updates. So I have baby girl number 3 who turned 1 recently. We are still breastfeeding and nursing. So baby girl's not here with me right now. She's in daycare, so I do still pump. I try to pump twice a day, but once baby girl comes home, I'm not going to be pumping as often. I kind of decided in my mind that I'm going to pump one day, once in the day while she's here, because ideally she'll be nursing. She is eating more table food. She doesn't have any teeth right now, but she is eating table food. So a couple of breastfeeding tips, whether you are a new mommy, whether you have, you're expecting, whatever it may be, and how you found me, the breastfeeding tips are these. I have found, after breastfeeding 3 kids, some things that are really helpful in the journey. Investing in like a good support system. And if you don't have a support system that's like in the house with you, find a support system online, for real. You can find people that can help boost and encourage you and tell you to keep going. I have found in some of the people that I've talked to, tried to coach, or just kind of just, you know, trying to help them feel their way through the journey, is you need a good support system. Breastfeeding can be really hard in the beginning. I'm telling you, in the beginning, it will seem very hard, but once you do it and get in the swing of it, it's not that hard. So get a good support system, number 1. Number 2, do a little bit of research just so you know what to expect. One thing I'll say is, if it's painful, you may want to look at different things. Whether if the baby's latching and it's really painful, you may want to switch breast. You may want to use like a cold compress. You may want to just pump. I know some moms who just decided the nursing thing wasn't working, but they still wanted to give the baby breast milk, so they just pumped and gave it to them in a bottle. I've done that before. I think it's totally okay. Be okay with knowing how you may have in your mind planned things to go. May not go that way, but still push to do it. If there is a tremendous amount of pain, if you're having your nipples crack, I only had that happen with my first baby, cracked nipples. Seek out professional help, whether it's through a lactation coach, whether you call the nursing, like the nursing desk at the hospital or clinic or wherever you may have had the baby. There are lactation consultants. They do make house visits even during COVID. That may be an option. But if that's going on, I would seek out professional help. If it's bearable, use a good nipple cream. I have used a couple of different nipple creams to help soothe it, to help as a protective too. So if you start seeing early signs, go ahead and start using it. You can even use like a cocoa butter or a coconut oil and put that on there just to help lubricate and moisturize the skin. Because like I said, in the first pregnancy, I did experience that. The second and third one, not so much. So another tip would be, as you're getting in the swing of it and you're pumping, have a good system as far as where you keep your pumping bags, where you store it. I've done some other videos on how I store my milk. You can store it in your regular refrigerator. I've done that, or you can put it in a deep freezer. Just know that the times are a little bit different on storage, whether you refrigerate it, whether you keep it in a freezer, meaning the refrigerator freezer compartment, and whether you put it in a deep freezer. Of course, the deep freezer freezes the longest, and I believe you can keep it up there up to a year. Just do a simple search and you'll see the times on how long the milk will last. That's helpful. And then just something else is take it one day at a time. Don't overthink it. I can tell you that I've done that in the past, and I've made it more difficult than what it needs to be. And you will literally learn something every day. Your system will get refined. You will have things that you did wrong, things that you did right. Like, for instance, I left out milk unintentionally one time, and I was upset about it. And I was like, well, you know what? It's not like I'm not producing more milk, so I can simply just make some more milk. If you have low production, don't get discouraged. I've had women tell me that they really just like, they're like, what are you doing? I can't seem to produce enough milk. It could be a number of reasons. I'm not certified in that area to go deep in, but I can tell you a few things that I have done when I've noticed. Pump more. There's this thing called power pumping that I researched years ago, and I've told other women about. It's a lot, but you're only doing it for a very small amount of time. You can power pump, meaning you're gonna pump like every 30 minutes or every hour, but it's for a short period of time, and that's really just trying to help stimulate milk production. You can really focus on drinking a lot of water. I did a milk tea that helped. There's teas out there, mother's milk. There's some fenugreek. There's things that you can take. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with some of those things because I didn't have to do it because my milk production for all of my pregnancies and all of my babies was pretty good. Like I said, I would notice when the milk production would fall off a little bit, and a few tweaks kind of made the difference. But the biggest thing I would say is power pump. If I said anything in this video, I would really push for you to do power pumping. It really does help stimulate. And even if you don't get a lot, just do it consecutively for a couple of days and see if that makes a difference. I need to get some water. Ooh. And then lastly, I'll leave you with this tip. I would say, do not feel like a failure if you don't breastfeed for a duration that you want, or, you know, just don't feel like a failure. You tried it. It may or may not work out, or let's say you're doing it, but you're not really having the production that you thought. Whatever it may be, you tried it, and that's all that matters. You're researching, you're looking for tips. That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. And so those are my breastfeeding tips. Those are my life updates. I am still out here nursing my baby. I don't have an end date on when I'm gonna stop. Like I said, baby does eat table food. She doesn't nurse as much. I will probably be pulling back on the amount of pumping, but I am still going to nurse her until we both decide that it's no longer, you know, what she wants to do. And the interesting thing is with baby number 2, she stopped on her own, and I was kind of trying to like encourage her at night to do it. She wasn't interested, so she stopped, and I was like, okay, I guess you're done. So with this third baby and the last one, we'll see how things go. So I'm kind of checking in, letting you know what's going on. I appreciate any kind of feedback and comments. Let me know if this video has been helpful. I'm gonna finish my pumping, store my milk, and keep on with my day. Talk to you later, guys. Sincerely, Nija. Bye. Okay, so I had a little bit of an output. It's, you know, it is what it is at this point. So I'm gonna go bottle up my milk, put it in the freezer, and move on with my day. Talk to you later. Bye.
You did it. Where did I? You did it. Where did I?